So lossless audio could be coming to your AirPods and AirPods Max sooner than we think. What's going on, YouTube? Yes, I know many of you were disappointed when you went out and bought your new AirPods 3 maybe Christmas morning, or maybe you had a pair of AirPods Max only to find out when you booted up your music app of choice that you were not able to listen to the hi-fi or lossless quality audio files. It's a bummer, but there may be hope coming in 2022, so we're going to break it all down. Before we get started, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss as we cover your favorite tech and video games. I'm Chris Grant Jr. It's the Granny Geek Show. Okay, starting off with the cold hard facts. Unfortunately, if you have any pair of Bluetooth headphones, whether they be Bose, Samsung, Apple, you name it, they're not going to be able to play lossless audio over Bluetooth. And it's not due to a limitation on the headphones or their performance. They're perfectly capable. It's a limitation on the technology that is Bluetooth as it stands now. You see, lossless audio is kind of like an 8-lane highway with all this traffic rushing through. And Bluetooth is more like a two-way street. So you're trying to compress all that information through a two-way street and it just doesn't work. It has to be degraded. You have to take away from the signal. That's why it's called a lossy signal, because it's losing bits of information, which translates to how we perceive the music in terms of quality and detail, resolution, if you will. For instance, taking a look at something like the recently released AirPods 3, they were completely custom-made headphones to squeeze out the best that they could from a lossy signal such as Bluetooth, but they're running up against the limitations of the technology. And while Bluetooth is being improved upon and they're coming out with new iterations that should have more bandwidth, there's an alternative. But before we talk about that solution, let's do a little bit of setup with the Mac Rumors article in which they sat down with Gary Jeeves, the vice president of acoustics at Apple, and he basically reiterates this sentiment that they're running up against the technical limitations of Bluetooth and they just need more bandwidth. Well, Apple seems to be poised to offer the solution with their technology, AirPlay. Now, AirPlay, or more specifically AirPlay 2, has a couple of key advantages over Bluetooth when it comes to delivering that hi-fi lossless wireless audio experience. Number one, it works over Wi-Fi, so it's really only limited in range by your Wi-Fi routers as opposed to shorter range Bluetooth antenna. And number two, and this is the big one, it's lossless. It's an uncompressed data transmission system. So there you have it, hi-fi lossless audio transmitted over Wi-Fi to your speakers and headphones. Now, there's obviously one huge problem with this, which is what happens when you get out of range of your Wi-Fi routers. Now, maybe this is something Apple's going to have to work on, maybe creating a hybrid system in which AirPods or AirPods Max have Bluetooth antenna and some sort of Wi-Fi antenna in order to use both. And that way, when you're in the house maybe or in range of Wi-Fi, you can listen to lossless, but when you're out and about or on the road, maybe you can't. I don't know. That would seem a little weird, but anything is better than paying $500 for headphones that you can't even listen to the highest quality audio files on. And unfortunately, this doesn't seem like it would be something you'd be able to upgrade to or something that would be a change you could make in your iPhone or device via firmware, because it would need kind of a hardware component, the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas, in addition to the software update for the iPhone to be able to talk like that over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, maybe continue that signal when you leave the house and stuff like that, so that your music isn't interrupted. But hey, this is a possible way that Apple could allow for lossless audio on wireless headphones, and it really does seem like the writing is on the wall, because Apple usually doesn't allow themselves to be limited for too long. You look at Intel and now the transition to Apple Silicon. If these wireless transmission protocols like Bluetooth are holding Apple back, it won't be long before they develop something better. So leave me a comment down below. Do you think this is a viable option? Do you think AirPlay 2 or potentially AirPlay 3 would be something that could deliver lossless audio quality to your wireless headphones, even if it's something lame like just in the house? I'd love to chat it up with you guys as always. Also, I previously released a video on the top 5 tech to look forward to in 2022, so definitely give that a watch. Also, guys, if you're loving the channel, if you're digging the vibe, hit the subscribe button, click the bell so you don't miss as we cover your favorite tech and video games. I'm Chris Grant Jr. It's the Granny Geek Show.